A new Iron Spider Artisan edition that has Tom Holland looking even sexier than ever. I don't know, but let's take a closer look at this new reveal by Hot Toys and see if it's worth your extra dough. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be diving into the new Iron Spider Artisan edition that was revealed by Hot Toys. It's a special release and it's part of their continued Artisan edition line, which has been being more released, more frequently, at least in my opinion, in the last couple of years. It's typically more highly detailed and has enhanced accessories and features that the original predecessor does not. It definitely stands out more in terms of collectability and displayability, in my opinion, and gives you that extra like it factor, right, in terms of premium figures such as this. Now, personally, I'm a fan of this Iron Spider suit, although I still like the original yellow and red one that was from the classic comics a little more, but this MCU version definitely stands out very well in my opinion, and we'll dive more into why I think this is a great piece to own later in the video. In terms of comparison, so here's a nice shot provided by Hot Toys that kind of gives you the updated artisan version versus the original version that came out during Endgame, right? Now, right off the bat on the left-hand side, it definitely has a lot less shine to the paint. And also, you can kind of see the colors, right, look a little different in terms of the blue and gold. In the artisan edition, it definitely looks a little better, a little more enhanced, cleaner. You kind of see the colors a little better, right? And just the pincers are absolutely amazing, right? But in terms of what's bad, I think it's kind of weird. The neck to me kind of looks weird. I don't know what it is, but the neck itself looks, I don't know, a little too wide. And it also looks like the the character itself kind of put a little weight on, right? If you look at them together side by side, it does look like there's a very minor scale difference horizontally, but it still looks great in my opinion, right? In terms of what comes with this Artisan edition, you can see there's actually a lot to it, right? It doesn't just include some new accessories, but a lot of new features and obviously the enhanced painting, the sculpting, the facial features and whatnot, right? In terms of what it comes with, you can kind of see a good shot of all the included enhancements, which includes the separate rolling eyeballs, the upgraded hair because they're using hair plugs, which is really cool. If you want the extra detail, the Iron Spider pincers, right, are obviously a huge win in my opinion. They also have the cool LED light up points throughout the body. Which is also which is USB powered and not like battery powered, meaning you don't have to replace the batteries on your own. There's some sort of recharging system there, which is good. There's also some Avengers specific or Avengers Endgame specific accessories like Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer, which was used to slingshot him, in that final battle scene, as well as the nano type of glove that Tony Stark put together to hold the Infinity Stone. And it comes with also a number of different hands as usual. There's also some enhanced webbing there in terms of how it connects to Mjolnir, and also the eyes have a new feature with comes with LED and a pretty cool base that's very significant to this special edition, right? Now, in terms of statue details, it's a 1/6 scale. It's about 6 inches tall, 10 inches wide, 16 inches deep, and believe it weighs around 4 pounds, right? This is an interesting shot, though. It kind of has Tom Holland kind of look like a Spider-Man Jesus, but nevertheless, you can the scales remain the same in terms of its predecessor, and it's a 1/6 scale, which is very common and popular, which is always good to have, right? In terms of the design itself, as you dive more into it, you'll notice that it's definitely more highly articulated, the body itself, and it comes with some stretchable fabric as well, right? Which makes it different. There's obviously a lot of new and different sculpting points here, about and around I think 35 points of articulation, which is good. It allows for some really cool MCU Endgame style poses, right? So if you go back and watch the movie, you'll see a lot of different poses you can actually do, and this figure can actually match a lot of those poses, right? It also has a lot of more enhanced positioning options, which is good. Again, that stretchable fabric makes it more posable and cleaner as you pose him, and the iron pincers themselves just an amazing standout piece. It's also very battle diorama oriented, right? So regardless of how you pose them, it doesn't have to be static. It can be in a more dynamic action pose, which is good. There's a nice picture of him swinging with his webs, the accessory that comes with it. And you'll notice that the colors shine very well, especially on the pincers themselves with the blue and the lines coming across, which is really cool. And if you're really a stickler for keeping things looking like showroom quality, though, then one thing I wouldn't recommend is keeping him posed in a position like this. You can kind of see in his right waist and like right thigh area, it may hurt the figure long term, right? So I definitely don't recommend that, or at least this particular pose. But there are a lot of options, to change him and pose him, throughout your display, however you like, long term, right? Now, in terms of his face, the artist brings all these new artistic sort of designs up front, right? So you have the hair plugs and you have the face, right? And it's just very highly detailed. Looks like the makeup that was done, the bruising, the nosebleed, all very cool, right? It also comes with separate rolling eyeballs. I mean, to me, that's still kind of a creepy accessory, but nevertheless, it is an added feature here, which allows for some, more personal displays depending how you want to pose him and how you want him to look. But the face looks phenomenal as well, right? If you take an even closer look, again, you can see like all the extra details that was done to Tom Holland's face. Really matches him, looks lifelike. Skin tones. I really like how they shaded the bruising in there because it looks like he was actually hit in the face, which is really cool. But all the features were kept here very well, and I mean, this is just a handsome looking gentleman, right here. That maybe even your girlfriend would appreciate looking at. So it's always a good to have like a piece like this that just stands out for anyone that looks at it, right? Now, if we move on to the actual back piece of the figure, really liking all the extra details here, right? The new features here is that the Iron Spider pincers are attached using magnets, right? It's not a like joint system or a male female plugging system, right? That a lot of not older figures, but other figures have, but it's magnetically attached features, right? So somehow you can just like plop these on and off easier, which is really good. And you can kind of reposition them and remove it easier without wearing down the figure, which is a great feature by Hot Toys, right? Now, in terms of the actual pincers themselves, here's a closer shot of it and also a closer shot of his arms and his legs, right? The joints look great. The additional lines that you kind of see throughout the piece itself look good. You see a lot of the custom details here. And also notice how the stretchable fabric, or actually it looks great when it bends, right? It doesn't cause that roll effect. It doesn't bunch up, which is really cool. But it keeps the figure looking clean, right? And diving into some of the features and accessories, we do have that light up LED function, which is really cool, right? It's a good shot of it with his eyes glowing up and kind of the other small like horizontal lines throughout the rest of his body, like his shoulders, his rib area, his waist, and the excuse me, the glove. Yeah, so this gives it a much more enhanced look for displays, especially if you're in a darker type of display room or the LED lights that you have surrounding your or traditional lights you have around your room are not as bright. But anyway, you definitely want to showcase the lighting LED functions here anyway. So it's really cool that they have this function added here to Tom Holland's Iron Spider costume as well, right? Here's a shot of two additional accessories that Hot Toys provides, right? You see the red LED lights, which is really cool. It's not just the standard white that you see with this costume. This is particularly cool because this was a great scene out of the movie where Tom Holland and AKA Spider-Man essentially wanted to activate instant kill mode, and it was essentially running around one-shotting everyone in the final battle scene, right? Which is really cool. So this is a really reminiscent of that. And you also see the nano Iron Man arm, right, with the Infinity Stones attached to it. Now I like this because it's the Hulk size or it's scaled to Hulk's hand and not Iron Man's hand. So it's bigger. You could and again seen straight out of the movie where he's carrying it with this particular size and running around, right? And the gems look really cool because they look like they're going to light up, and it's just a really great replica or from the movie itself and just really well done in terms of detailing for it, right? Also want to take a closer look at the base real quick because it does have Mjolnir's hammer. It does have looks like what's a piece taken from the battle, the final battle in Endgame. Now I do kind of wish that they made the base sculpt a little wider, right? To be a little wider than his pincers, but nevertheless, it's good. It's there. I like how Mjolnir you can place Mjolnir there. and it just looks like it's again keeping that look from Endgame specifically is look and like the black base underneath it gives it that very like Oscar, Emmy kind of look that you can also have when you're displaying this. So it makes it look like you have a real winner on your hands here, right? Now, in terms of ordering, it's not up for sale yet. But my understanding is it'll be around $400 to $450. It'll also be limited to around 3,500 pieces. So feel free to stay tuned using the link in our bio for the latest news and more information on this. As we get it, we'll definitely post more videos on it and get some more details, right? Otherwise, yeah, thanks for joining me today as we explore the new Iron Spider Artisan Edition. Right? Are you a fan of the enhanced artisanal features of this figure? I mean, do you even like how Hot Toys is releasing all of these new variants? Let me know in the comments below what really stands out to you with this piece and whether or not you'll be picking it up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content on the coolest superhero collectibles around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.